Juno's World.
What up, world? What up, world? We back with another episode. I know it's been a little minute. It's your boy Freddie. No, that's not optional. You already know at Andretti is always optimal. We were out for a couple weeks. Felt like it's been a long time. Felt like went to the store to get some milk or something. Maybe that's how some of y'all felt. So, but we
We starting
we
the podcast off dissing father figures. Go for 2 weeks, you done became a rapper, and you don't lost your tolerance. It's crazy.
Nah, we back, so we definitely wanted to get an episode in there, get back out there to the people. The real reason we were out, they had my boy pinned down. Somehow he got caught up. He was in the lineup, and they was like, "That is him." And you already know it's my boy Ism. What's up, my boy?
I feel like in our absence, you just jotting down stuff to be the intro. Like, nah, ooh, this one gonna be fire. But yeah, it's definitely, definitely, we back. I kind of missed the podcast, man. This became routine.
Yeah, man. It's part of the lives, man. Hopefully, it's routine to the people out there listening.
You'd be
So we want
shocked. Like, there's people who, again, I always try to encourage people to verbally, or even if they, I can't think of another word, but just let us know that you're listening because it helps the engagement, all that. Like, I'll talk to people and they be like, oh, yeah, so that part you said on the podcast. And I'm like, I didn't even know you listened to the podcast. Like, you
yeah,
didn't show no presents.
yeah.
It's
So
like
we,
hiding gifts on Christmas.
yeah. I definitely feel good hearing people talk about it, giving feedback. Told them some of those people leave feedback and comments and all that stuff on YouTube and on the actual platforms. Like leave a review on the Apple Pod or on Spotify or wherever you're listening. That definitely helps as well. So leave reviews. Obviously, we love hearing from you guys when we see you. So in person or on IG or however. But leave them on the platforms as well. We definitely appreciate that. That's stuff that people who may be interested may want to see. And obviously it helps with like engagement and actually growing the pod and the audience. But yeah, just hearing like when you saying somebody like the part of something you said, I was with Steve this past weekend and he said he was listening to the last episode when we was talking about raising Kanan. And he said he usually listen like on the way to work, which I assume most people do. That's when I listen to the podcast mostly. But he was like he's listening while he was working out, so he's lifting, and then it was the part when I was like, "Hey, foot rock." So he said, "I was like, hey, foot rock." So he about dropped the weights. I
I don't even
almost
think they
killed
give
my
Kanan a
boy.
script. They just tell Kanan literally like, "This is your beef. Like whatever you
Yeah,
say, just make sure it's about her." All his dialogue be, "I do not like my mother. My mother."
my mother. Hey, yo, fuck, hey, foot rock. We
I feel like that's the only part he rehearsed to sound like 50 on.
Hey, he could have been. They could have hired him to be with like, was it the red? What's the Dare? Like the Dare program?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
yeah.
They prevent people from smoking rock.
Hey, fuck rock. Like,
He'd be so predictable in the game of rock paper scissors. He's only gonna choose two
yeah.
things.
I'm all about the paper. I had to cut my mother out of my life. Paper and scissors.
He's even trying to tell people that scissors beat. Wait, which one? It's crazy now that we talk about that. Paper should not beat rock.
Paper beat rock man to cover it up.
Are we talking about paper and rock? Or are we talking about a murder? Rock paper is not gonna stop anything a rock wants to do. If you hold up a piece of paper and I throw a rock at you, you lose 10
It
times out
depends
of 10.
on paper.
Construction paper, maybe
And
depends on the type of rock too.
it depend on the rock too. Is the difference
And
between a
depending if I
rock?
got a slingshot.
It's the difference between a pebble, a rock, and a stone.
I feel like that was deeper than it need to be. What do you mean by
I'm just talking about the size. Like,
that?
if it's just a regular rock, I mean, and it also depends on who's throwing it. Like, if it's not lot of force, distance is a factor in the paper, I guess. So,
You about to use, please excuse my dear and Sally on the podcast for no reason.
yeah.
Is the mass calculated with the rock itself, the distance?
Nah, man, it's all about the trajectory and the riboflavin. If people be throwing out big words, they don't even riboflavin don't even go in there. That's an ingredient. That's one of them ones that like red five and all that stuff.
And
People
being
don't
gummy bears. The flabbergastation of the rock throw. All right.
indubitably
How did you just extend flabbergasted? That's not a word. You're not fooling anyone.
flabbergasted.
Flabbergasted icing. You said what?
It's T.I. about to sue the hell out of us. Hey, partner, I ain't using all my words.
Oh yeah. Ti, bruh, there was a run. I don't know the last time we really seen Ti. Because it was a point where it was like he was on interview after interview, and it was like he just had a word he had to use for the day.
Yeah,
It was I forgot what word when he was talking to somebody, and he was like expeditiously. That's what it was, expeditiously.
like Mr. Clark. That was Mr. Clark word right there. Last time T.I. was in, I won't say the spotlight, but last time I seen him like in a video or anything is when it was a place out here tried to use him and King on the flyer, basically saying this is promoted by Ti. Ti something gonna be here. He went there and like shut the whole thing down.
Yeah, I saw that.
Man, don't play with me in this city, man. No wings, no beers, none of that. Without my permission. Don't play with me in the city. Yeah, man.
Why you sound like a cross of Terrence Howard just now when you put the main on
That's
it?
what he said. He got in the character. Don't play with me in the city. Shout out to T.I., man. One of my favorite rappers of all time. A legend. Living legend. Shout out to
It's
the
crazy.
Muppets too.
Yeah. Disrespectful. Hey, but it's wild. Like, you know what you just did, bro. I understood the joke. If they don't understand, they don't understand it. I know what you just did.
I
I know exactly what you just did.
don't know what you're talking about.
Little tiny hint. Little tiny hint. But it's crazy because I was on Twitter the other day, and it show you like the disconnected people who really don't listen to music like that. I say it all the time. Like, granted, I don't want people to think I hate Drake by any chance, but his fans be wild. Like, I feel like a lot of Drake fans just like Drake. Like, Drake got a song where he's doing the. Do you actively listen to Drake? Like, you know his catalog.
Yeah,
So you know he
I
got a
got.
song. Oh, go ahead.
Now I was about to say I got a whole Drake playlist, but what you about to say though?
You know he got Ti got money, cars and clothes. That's
Mm,
how. Drake has a song where he's doing basically the same flow,
yeah,
and people are calling it the Drake flow because I
mm,
think Lotto did it too, and I'm like, y'all really think this was created by Drake? Like, and it's crazy because it's like you can't really blame anybody per se, but it really does give you insight on how in depth some people are in music and how some people really don't. Is like I listen to this artist and this artist only. Like you would literally have to like I'm not gonna say you have to love music, but you would have to do a dive to know that I think we covered that a lot of these songs don't be original. A lot of the beats don't be original.
yeah,
So the fact that people think he stole from him when he got from somebody else, that's how art get lost in translation, and that's crazy to me.
that's true. But it depends on who's saying it though. Like how old are these people?
I don't know, man. You know, Twitter is vast.
Yeah, they might be 19, 20, 21. They may not know.
Yep. So it's just wild to
Like
think about.
we talked about, like there's people out there, younger generations. They don't know Ludacris used to be a rapper.
Oh yeah,
They
he just
know
that
him
dude from Fast and
dude
Furious.
from yeah, they just know him as the dude from Fast and Furious. They
State Farm
don't know
commercials.
yeah, LL Cool J rap. They don't know Ice T rap. Like you would
That's the
never
dude
know.
from Special Victims Unit.
Yeah, like you don't know, you don't know. When these people like I won't say rebrand, but like start doing well, I guess rebrand the only word I can think of better. Lack of other words. Like they rebrand or they go into that next stage of their life, that's what they become known as to some people because they never seen them do anything else. Like it's probably some sports analysts and stuff people don't even know used to be in the league. It's the reason they're analysts. They used to play too. I didn't know Charles Barkley played basketball. What? What team Ernie played for then? All right, hold on now.
Is that what team who? You said Ernie?
Yeah.
Hey, it is some coaches like that in the league too. Because it seemed like coaches who played don't be the best coaches.
Mm-mm. It's rare that somebody that was actually good play like a good player is a good coach. Like it's people who were like key pieces to teams, but the good coaches are usually somebody like the seventh, eighth man, something like that. But
They
I don't even
studied the
know
game.
who would be the best player or coach who used to be a great player.
I don't think there's nobody who was a great. I don't even know a lot of coaches that were great players that are coaches.
Yeah,
Only person you can say is Jordan,
Jordan. Who?
Michael,
When did he coach?
Charlotte. No, wait, he the owner of the Hornets. No,
Yeah, you threw
yeah,
me off.
threw myself off. I forgot we was talking about coaches, not owners.
As good as it's gonna get, I would probably say is Jason Kidd. He's a great player, good coach. I,
He coached the Bucks, right?
yeah, no, he did coach. He coached the Bucks at one point, I think.
No,
But
he the
no, right now
Mavs.
he coached Dallas. He coached
Yeah, the
Dallas.
Mavs.
He was in New Jersey or Brooklyn. So I'd probably say J Kidd. Um, T Nash didn't do too hot. So yeah, J Kidd got that.
Yeah, we got to see what JJ Redick gonna do.
JJ Redick ain't no Jason Kidd.
We got to see what he gonna do, and we ain't never seen him coach.
I mean, yeah, we gotta see what he gonna do, but I'm just talking about like somebody
Oh, his
like
his stature in the NBA and NBA history. That's what you're talking about.
yeah. So
Oh yeah,
I can't name anybody else as good as Jason Kidd was. That's also either a coach now or was a coach. Larry Bird was a coach, obviously, but I don't know
Pacers.
how good I don't know how good they were.
I think he was behind that Paul George team.
Yeah, he was in the office. Like I mean, they made great GMs or like advisors. Like rest in peace, Jerry West. He was a great advisor. You got a lot of people like that's in the background. Magic Johnson, advisor to the Lakers. So you got greats in the background, but not necessarily court. Magic coach for a little bit. Bill Russell was a player coach, so it's players that did coach, but I don't know. Like obviously,
Um, Ewing coach, didn't he?
he did back at Georgetown. Didn't work out.
Do you practice that shot?
Yeah, that was good advice. You don't practice that shot, so like, what are you doing? That
That's
was good
kind of
advice.
coaching. Coaching is kind of crazy though because I mean I get it, but in the same breath, boy, I can't make y'all assess what I tell y'all to do for me to catch all the blames. Like somebody can go out and shoot over 20 and they be looking at the coach like you're terrible. Bro, I didn't tell him miss every shot. I told him get
Yeah,
open. Like I told him
yeah.
how to get open.
That's
You lose
probably
your job because the team was bad.
yeah. That's probably the disconnect because I say for a coach, you know, they just saying those who can't do teach, and it's true. Like, so that's probably why the players who didn't have as much success as players are better coaches because they know the game. They just don't have all the skills or the athleticism that others did have. So they can talk about, they can put those players in the best spot or best position for success where they couldn't excel, I would say.
More
So
than me trying to coach, they be on the sideline. I would have made that. That's just me though.
yeah,
Coach,
yeah.
help! You missed that. That's crazy.
But nah, it's so I mean and I would say that for any sport. So for anybody that was really like that, it's probably tough to coach somebody because you're expecting them to do what you could do. It became a lot easier to you or a lot more natural to you than it is for somebody else.
Right.
But we'll see what JJ Redick does. We'll see what happens in the NBA. But we got a little while before that. What is coming up though? Football season. I know you're ready. Looks like y'all just got y'all quarterback situation handled today. So I guess they came down to the almost to the wire.
Yeah, they had
I
the slap
still
box
know.
for it. I feel like I already knew it was gonna be Russ though. It makes no sense to start Justin Fields. Like Russ is a veteran. He's has a Super Bowl under his belt. Is like unless you're judging somebody based off preseason, which isn't really a thing if you already have a spot, it makes no sense for Justin Fields to start versus him learn behind a veteran quarterback. And even if you're going to see like who's going to pan out better first, I would go with start Russ and then see what he does versus start Justin and see what he does. Because I mean, I feel like if I don't feel like we even need somebody that's going to be crazy as far as racking up 300 yards a game or anything. We just need somebody who can manage the game. The defense always going to do what they need to do. Our problem was the defense had to stay on the field too long. So no matter how good you are defensively, if as soon as we get off the field, y'all run the ball 3 times, punt it off, and we back in a matter of 3 minutes, we gonna
Yeah,
gas up, we gonna give something up. So we got two good running backs. We have a they're top 10 tandem, I'd say. And if we can just get back to like Steelers football or running the ball and then passing when it makes sense or when they get tired of us running the ball, it'd be easy. Like not we've never been a team you just gonna keep scoring on. So I got high hopes for him. I've watched Russ and I know what his inferiorities are, and I'm hoping that they're not like what leads us to losses. But if we can just manage the game, we'll win. We straight. Like we was good last. We made it to the playoffs last year and lost to the Bills, and it was because we threw like 2, 3 interceptions. We never really out of a game, so that's why I got high hopes. Like I'm not one of them people who be like, oh, this our year. But I feel like this year is believable. How you feeling about your Colts? I think y'all on a schedule too.
yeah. But before I get on them, so what make you other than like being a veteran pick Russ as a starter?
What makes me pick Russ over Justin Fields?
Yeah, like what's wrong with Justin Fields?
Nothing. I'm happy we had Justin Fields. One of the reasons I felt like we're even more bound to be competitive. I feel like they're gonna try to mix him in. It'll be unconventional. They try to mix him into like Wildcats. I don't think they're just gonna have him sit until Russ get hurt or something like that. Like I feel like he gonna play some way like how the Saints use Taysom Hill. You watch the
Yeah,
Saints play? Yeah, I feel like
that's what I
he'll
was
be
about to
good
say.
for that. Huh?
That I said that's what I was going to say when you as soon as you said the Wildcat.
Yeah, I feel like they're gonna have him do that, and then he can learn like how to manage the game also because I think he relies on his legs a lot. So even when you watch him throw, the passes are accurate, but sometimes, like as a quarterback, you're supposed to throw where the receiver is gonna be at. So sometimes he wait till they break in, and it could possibly be interceptions to throw the ball. I don't
Mm-hmm.
think Russ. I mean, he was a focal point of when they won the ring. Like it wasn't like he was just on a team along for the ride. So, and even when he played with the Broncos, he wasn't terrible. It just that team and that system didn't make sense for him. So we'll just have to see. Versus Justin Fields, he's never been in a winning situation for real, and this will give him an opportunity to see if it was him or if it was the team. So of course, the Bears, the league punching bag, but. Um, we'll see if it was him or granted you're gonna blame the Bears before you blame Justin Fields. The only people I know that blame Justin Fields is Bear fans.
Yeah,
So we'll get to see if it was really just he's hard to adapt to or he just needed a new situation. But I'm not trying to have him come over and try to learn with us. We're not trying to tank because of you. Like I'll take Russ. Russ is the safer idea.
it's hard to see if it's just him if he's on the bench. You never find out.
Yeah. But I don't think he's gonna just be on the bench though. Like I think they'll find a way to acclimate. Mike Tomlin isn't the most conventional person, so he might find a way to play both of them in a perfect world. But because I don't think he would agree to come over unless somebody told him something different, and he agreed to come over knowing he might not play. Uh, why you smile like that?
As you said, Mike Tomlin might play both of them. It just made me think how he playing Mike Tomlin and Omar.
Yeah, I was just about to say that
Allen.
love in basketball, and then he got a love for football all of a
He playing both of them.
sudden.
But
That's
nah,
it.
now as far as the Colts, definitely excited to see what's gonna happen. We got Richardson back. Hopefully he can stay healthy. Actually play like a quarterback. Stop trying to be a running back. Get down. He can stay on the field. I do believe that was a good pick. Um, that's the future. So we'll see what happened there. John Taylor, um, for some reason, was taken first in our fantasy league. So we'll see what happens there.
Y'all did a fantasy league?
Yeah,
Man, I know I asked about a fantasy league, dog. I have never been in one.
we've been doing it for years now. We got a 12-man league.
You just gonna keep rubbing it in my face.
Now,
Pause.
letting you know, I had the sixth pick. I got a pretty good squad. But that's another time, another day. Yeah,
Nah.
so we'll see what he does, and Pittman and all them boys. So we'll see what happens. That man upset. I
A little bit, a little bit. I literally put out a PSA like, yo, I ain't
mean,
never
it's
been in one of
probably
these.
now it's probably still something out there you can join. It ain't too
Yeah.
late. You probably got another week. No, you
Somebody
actually
just
got a
told
few days.
somebody.
You got to draft.
Yeah, football get played tomorrow, ain't it? You can hear me?
Somebody did what?
The first game tomorrow, ain't it?
No, first game ain't till next week,
Sunday?
right? Hold on, it might be Sunday. Yeah,
Oh, cause I'm only thinking because I know in the Prize Pick apps they already showing like Thursday game. I guess because that's who played Thursday. Matter of fact,
we can't have a Thursday game. Not this Thursday, probably next
no,
Thursday.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's probably next Thursday.
Because my I'm doing a league with work too, and we not drafting until Saturday.
Throwing in
So
my face, and it's crazy. I'm in two leagues. All right, we
you
get
don't work here.
it.
Like, what you want me to do?
I'm in
Uh,
two leagues. Who played Thursday? The Ravens and the Chiefs.
yeah, that's
September 5th.
September 5th. Yeah.
Yeah, so the first game come back on a Thursday. I don't even come back on a Sunday. And they got a Friday game.
Oh yeah, they don't play this week. So yeah, that's perfect.
Who y'all first game?
Texans.
Ooh.
Yeah,
Dang. Sorry to hear that.
I tried to get both of them boys. Both of them slipped through my hands.
Who
For
that?
fan-
CJ Stroud?
yeah, I tried to get Stroud and Tank.
Boy, greedy.
Nah, I tried to get Stroud first. Then I tried to get Tank. Both of them slipped through my hands, so it's all good. But still got a squad, so we're gonna make it happen. But off of that, man, how you been, man? How you been?
Um, Subjectively good. I don't really complain too much about anything. Um, uh, Went to my first wedding. That was cool. Texas is very hot. Don't know if you've ever been. They treat 104 like a day in the life. Um, I think the son is a resident of Texas. I don't think. I think the son literally has to come out his house, which resides in Texas, to do his job, and it just chills out in Texas. Don't go nowhere else.
Where at in Texas?
San Antonio,
San
where
Antonio.
cactuses can thrive.
Yeah, I've never been to San Antonio. Been to Houston plenty of times. So, and I've never been to Dallas.
Man, they so proud. I don't know if it's just a state in general, like where the football team. I can never imagine to be that person where I want to put like a sticker on my car to be like, this is what I rep. But man, they like Falcon fans.
Hey
Like,
man,
you gonna know we support these dirty birds.
nothing wrong with taking pride in your team, win or lose or draw. Um,
That's
it's
when
just
it's those options though. When win or lose is the options, not just when it's loss. These
yeah.
teams suck.
If
But
if I'm a stick beside him was a fan,
exactly. Exactly.
like,
You got it just like we talk about with, Drake fans and blah blah blah, like, or just not even Drake fans, but generations, how certain people not exposed to certain things. I
mhm,
haven't seen a losing season from my team to be like, oh, I'm gonna stick beside them regardless they go such and such 3-12. Like, no, well, 3-13, but nah, like Detroit Lions have to deal with stuff like that.
yeah,
But
three
but
and
you've
four,
seen, huh?
3 and 14.
3-4, it's 17 games. Yeah. They just added like not too long ago. They just it was 16 games, right?
Yeah, yeah. They just added that. Like I think last year was the first. Was last year the first year? I don't know, but it ain't been that long.
Okay, just was making sure I wasn't completely just out of date.
Nah,
What you got
but
y'all record being?
huh?
What you got y'all record being?
I said 11-6.
I don't think you said it on a podcast though.
Nah, I had when I answered it on Twitter.
Oh, okay, okay, okay.
Yeah, got us going 11-6. Uh, and that's just being trying to be realistic. First year, first full year with Anthony Richardson, and bringing the core back. So we'll see. I know some people like to be unrealistic with the expectations, and that's
You don't
what
gotta
caused.
talk about Corey like that, bro.
Nah, man, we ain't just talking about Corey. We talking about all Cowboys fans. Nah,
You gonna be driving to work like how I get in it?
nah. It's just like I think that's what hurt people the most. Every year they have the same expectation that they're about to go crazy and get let down every time. Same thing happened in basketball. Same thing happened in baseball, hockey, whatever. Like you got these expectations on your team. Y'all ain't made the necessary moves, or people get in them same situations every year. They're gonna fold, not perform like you think they would, or like they're paid to do. Like these players do all this crying over these contracts, pay me, and still not perform. But it, and not just to blame the players, it's the coaches and the fans themselves. It's a collective.
It is. Before we even get to that, we didn't ask how you.
Good man, I'm living life. You know, I was in a wedding too this past weekend, witnessed some love, choked back on a couple tears. You know,
Did you really? Because I be wondering what makes people cry. Like, I get what makes people cry, but so I can look at the same thing that's making somebody cry and be like, I get why it's a sentimental moment, but I don't get the urge to cry. The last time I think I almost, it was a session, and it was a point in the wedding where it kind of almost happened because, my grandfather passed away and he was supposed to be in the wedding. And so they
hmm
played Dance with My Father. And seeing
hmm
my dad like that and my aunt like that, it was kind of cut me close. But before that, the last time I almost did, like I have a lot of almost moments. The last time I almost did was Best Man Holidays, where like you seen that movie, right?
yeah,
Like when she fell out and they realized like she was sick, and then the part where Morris Chestnut was like breaking down crying at the
Yeah.
end almost caught me because I tie heavy into like breast cancer awareness and stuff like that. But I don't know if you were serious now when you was holding back tears. But all right, do you feel like
No,
I never seen you cry, so I can't imagine what things trigger that for you.
no, I actually have emotion. You sound like you don't. Like, but it's like for me in a wedding situation, like I'm somebody who obviously I like to win. I like to succeed myself, but I also like to see my friends, my loved ones in that situation. So I feel like even if somebody gets a promotion at work, I'm not gonna cry over that. But I'm saying I'm happy for.
About to say,
Let me clear that I'm not gonna cry over that.
employee of the month.
You get a promotion, you buy a house, you having a baby, like that makes me happy because I know it's making you happy. I care about you. So to see somebody that I care about, somebody I love, find love in a relationship, find somebody that they're gonna marry that makes them happy, like that makes me feel good. It makes me happy too. So it's just emotional. Especially if you know somebody, depending on the situation, if they've been through like bad relationships or they had like let's say your cousin or your friend girl or whatever's been with bad relationships with dudes, they did her bad and then she finally found that good dude that treats her like a queen. So it comes to her wedding day or something like that, it's gonna be emotional. That's just an example. That's not what happened in this wedding, but like so it's
Just
just
right.
like that. Like so it's just yeah.
I'm
You
listening,
you you probably I don't know. Like this man ain't gonna cry for nothing.
bro. I be really trying to understand like myself. I'm literally watching people like dab in their face, and I'm like, all right. And I don't
People
know if it's just
people cry for different reasons. Like you said about your granddad, that's valid. Like the wedding I was at, they both had people who would have been there too, but they passed within like the last 6 months to a year. So that hit hard. And people cry like some people cry when they see the bride. Most times it's the groom, but some people, other groomsmen, bridesmaids cry. People in the audience may cry just because, and it's happy tears. It ain't like it's just oh she's so beautiful, blah blah blah, and it brings tears to some people's eyes. So you never know.
that's yeah. That boy just called me a robot for real, but that's cool.
Nah, and what's crazy is people say I'm the robot, so that's really crazy.
Yeah, I ain't never seen you cry. I don't know if I've ever seen you sad.
If I'm a robot, you Android 16.
Well, that's the team we just make. Because I've seen like indifference. Like I see you laugh about stuff, but like I don't know if I've ever seen you like excited. No, but
Dang. I ain't
down
never
the
been.
line, huh?
I ain't never been excited.
I ain't never seen you excited. I can't like. I think I seen excitement almost come out of you or have come out of you. Like if we watching Braun when we was like, because I had my whole hating portion, so it was almost like when everything y'all was telling me about Braun was happening, it's like I could see some expression like that. Like Corey. Corey has been the same tempo of voice as long as I've known him. Happy, sad, mad is that same one. So, like, even like when Corey does get loud, it sound like he's trying to convince himself he's louder than he usually is. It doesn't sound like the natural loud that somebody is. So it'll be like Norman will be like, "Yeah, Bron," and then the yell will be like, "Yeah, Bron." And it's just like that's the same tempo, just with a little bit of spice on it.
Yeah,
Like his mannerisms might let you know this is more excitement than he usually. Like he might stand up and say, "Yeah, Bron," instead of sitting down and saying it, but it's the same tempo. So Corey got some robot. Like when we was talking the other day, and he like his voice kind of changed. I was like, "Oh, he got some personality to him." But
yeah.
Corey was definitely indifferent.
You just hit him with a black time measurement or a black measurement, black unit of measure. There you go.
What you mean?
The you said the other day, like
Oh,
past weekend.
yeah.
That's about a month ago.
Nah, Steve is like that too though. Steve, like everybody that I can think of in the group kind of had like that same level. Like what's the tall one's name? Think you say he got married?
Meek.
Meek. Meek kind of had the same thing. I think Jordan was expressive. Because Jordan even make facial expressions and everything when he talk, like to let you know like if he rocking with someone, if he not.
Yeah.
Um, and who else as far as expression goes? Is you, Steve, Meek. Mir was definitely expressive. Mir, yeah. Like Mir has a good range of you can tell how he feels based off his voice, his body language, everything else.
Yeah.
Like, yeah. So I feel like Mir is like back to the topic of everything we basically wrapping this around. Like I think Mir would definitely cry at a wedding. Versus Corey, I can't see Corey crying at a wedding. I can see him be like, yeah, that's real beautiful. And that'd be that.
Yeah. It all depends. There's multiple factors. You never know what anybody got going on. Why they crying? Like people can cry for reasons, but it's still happy tears. So that's all that matters. And it better come together for a good situation like a wedding than obviously other reasons you could come together, group people.
Mm-hmm.
So tears can mean a whole different thing in that situation. But yeah, man, always beautiful to witness some love. So anybody out there falling in love, happy for you.
I'm not. Shout out to my aunt though, and her husband. I'm not calling him uncle. If y'all ever do come around to this podcast, shout out to my aunt and her husband.
Why,
Congrats again,
why you
and
can't,
shout out to
can't call him uncle?
bro. We are not that different in generation or like era. Like we're basically the same. Like when you think uncle, you think somebody at least a decade ahead of you.
Yeah.
Because we joke like he's somebody I can actually like. Granted, I don't have me and him actually really cool. Like this is just an ongoing joke. So, um, like he's somebody I can literally hang out with, go to a club with. Like that's how close we are. I'm not
Mm.
calling like yeah, I'm not. We in a club and I'm like, yo, uncle. Like no, you're gonna
First of
be
all, who is your uncle? Like, first of all, let's start there. First
Uncle
of all,
Fred.
I can see why you wouldn't call him that. Say yo unc.
Man, I'm not abbreviating no version of it. No, that's the same thing.
Hey, yo uncle. You sound like a bad, like
Yo, uncle. That
you
sound like the
like
beginning of the
to
children's
be
story.
like hello fellow students. That's how yo
No,
uncle.
like an undercover cop.
Yeah. Hello fellow students. Like yo uncle. Who says that?
You guys smoking the weeds.
Like they know you're not part of the family. Yo, uncle.
That sounds like a 90s sitcom. No, they did talk like that on 90s sitcoms. Don't act crazy.
Hit him with the unc. Ain't nobody say that, man.
So, did Fresh Prince ever call Uncle Phil Unc?
No, because he just said Uncle Phil. If you saying their name after Uncle, then it's fine. But if you just saying Uncle,
Remember, we're still in a club, so you feel like if you in a say it's Will and Uncle Phil, if you in a club and you like, yo, Uncle Phil, that don't sound crazy, especially if y'all in the same age bracket. If you were in the club and you saw somebody say yo uncle, you look and see, and it was somebody that looked like the same group you hang in, you're not gonna be like,
I'm not because I personally know uncles that are younger than nephews.
that's some
Yeah,
don't be a Mr. South Central. I'll drink your juice in the hood.
yeah, but that's just because there's dads or moms out there having kids when they're older.
That's a
That's
crazy
just
reality.
like, that's just like DC Youngfly. He
You gonna
got a
have to tell.
he got a grandbrother.
How you make one of those?
That's what they call. Look, he probably like 32, 33, somewhere in there. But his older brother is like in his 60s. So if his older brother in his 60s, his older brother probably got a kid that's older than DC.
That's too much math, man. At that point. I'm just calling you family. When you got to start making hybrid grand brother, you said.
Yeah, that was the joke they did the 85 South. Like
How you make one of those?
he was like, I got a brother that's like 64. They said, you got a grandbrother. And then that was the ongoing joke. But that grandbrother crazy. But
It is.
a huge gap.
Mhm.
That's a huge gap.
Yeah, that's sick and tired of your broken promise gap.
That's messed up, man. That girl ain't did nothing to you. But shoot, we got I know we had a long break. We got good questions and some good polls. One you
Shout out
asked
to the strippers.
SpongeBob episodes. What you feeling on the feedback? You agree with some of those?
Yeah, somebody actually picked the one I was gonna pick, but the Krusty Krab pizza one is definitely a favorite for people.
Everybody love.
Um, you got the singing SpongeBob in it. You get to see him cry. You get to see a side of Squidward that you never see. Um, One of the background characters had more dialogue. What was it? His Diet Kelp.
Mm-hmm.
That boy was ready to crash out over that kelp,
No,
bro.
in the
And they had
episode.
to walk to take him that pizza. You said what?
I said I don't know the last time I seen that episode or the last time I seen SpongeBob, but
Well,
it
one would
was
explain the other.
the ones I do remember. I definitely remember the fun one. F is for friends who for
That yeah,
you.
the jingle alone will make you remember that one. That's what him
Well,
and
playing
Plankton was
you was for
cool though.
uranium. Him and
And it's
Plankton.
for no survivors.
Yeah. What else was one that I do remember? I definitely remember the look at it, look at it. They thought it was ugly.
That's one of the phrases I use out of context. Whole time it ain't had nothing to do with
Yeah,
his
that
looks.
video.
What video?
Yeah, the video when they he thought everybody thought he was ugly, but his breath was on fire was still hilarious. That man cleared out the movie theater.
That's crazy too. But yeah, what episode would you talk about? Oh, you talking about how he
Uh,
cleared out the movie theater?
yeah, the one when his breath was on fire. Everybody thought he was just. Well, they thought people was just saying he was ugly. I can't remember what he ate to
Oh,
make his breath.
Fitzpatrick.
Yeah,
How you let somebody who get mad because they can't see their forehead influence you?
can you see my forehead?
That was such a random.
He definitely like really up there for one of the dumbest characters. Well, SpongeBob not the brightest tool, sharpest
SpongeBob.
tool.
His come on a side of naive though. Like it don't be stupidity. It just be like you can tell him anything and he'll run with it.
Yeah, like the
Mm.
fact that he really thought like he was perfect in his driving, and then I can't remember what happened. He got nervous because he was really about to pass the test. He was like in the last about like in the very last moment of the test, and then he just went ape shit and
I forgot. Miss
wrecked all.
Puff said something and he took it too literal.
Yeah,
I can't remember what she
SpongeBob,
said to him.
SpongeBob, no,
Why,
hey, why, SpongeBob, why,
bro?
SpongeBob, man.
What
But
does
it's is
now that I think about it though, what does SpongeBob need to drive for?
what do you mean?
What does he do around Bikini Bottom to where he needs a car or a boat? My boy go to work and come home. And work is not that far.
He goes jellyfishing.
The whole thing is the ocean, though. Jellyfish is like
He
how far
goes
is jellyfishing from him? I think the furthest SpongeBob ever went was for that pizza.
he goes jellyfishing. He goes to visit Sandy. He goes visit his parents.
Does he?
I'm assuming it just wasn't on camera. It wasn't on camera, but he visit his
I
parents.
don't think so.
He goes grocery shop.
Man, he do all these things at once in a blue. When how many times you seen this man go grocery
He
shopping?
goes he goes to the beach to hang with Larry.
Correct.
Shout out to Corey.
You
But yeah, he goes to the beach.
said shout out to who?
Corey. That's his nickname. But it was that, and we did when we got real good feedback on just the American language, man. Something needs to be done, especially with Allen Iverson taking over in the schools. Uh,
Side note: before we
but,
dive too deep, the best episode is the curse word episode. I don't know
oh
how
yeah,
that didn't get more votes, but them calling it colorful language, that's the best episode, bro. Hello, Squidward.
yeah.
Arya.
Hey, they were having fun too because they
Boy,
didn't.
what? When they learn the language for no reason at all. Here's a Patty. What? What?
know.
But yeah, the English language is terrible. Let's get into it.
Nah, it is because the question was, what's a word that is spelled correctly, but it just doesn't look right to you? And we got a lot of different answers. Some of the words people, probably stumble on. Some of the words, a lot of the words are definitely valid because how they're pronounced, and they just don't look right. So Wednesday
Terrible.
being spelled as Wednesday was definitely a common one that we got. Owl, like you don't even know which owl I'm talking about unless I tell you.
The bird?
No, talking about the owl. Like we just went to weddings, they walked down the aisle.
Thought you were talking
So
about Bundy.
picture this sentence. Owl walked down the aisle.
One more time.
Owl walked down the aisle at the Isle of Palms.
I'll be confused on what you're trying to say to me.
That's a valid sentence,
Very
but
valid.
it's three different owls.
They don't need to be that many. Like, I think I told you what mine was. I don't know if we talked about it, but I ever told you about how I feel about no and now.
Yeah, yeah. I now know.
You know now.
Yeah. Is that one of the shortest words in the English language? Of.
OF.
Yep. Why is it not OV or UV?
I've
Because
never
if you
thought of it
say
like
it,
that.
you might think it's us.
I never thought of it like that.
I mean,
Might have just ruined that word for me actually.
bologna.
Bologna.
Where's the E? Bologna. Pterodactyl, as you said.
Pterodactyl. I can't. I don't know how to spell pterodactyl. I know it got a
Start with
P
a
in
P.
it.
Start with a P.
That's all I got for you.
Yeah.
They
And
must have.
broccoli.
It must have had limited letters when they had to spell pterodactyl. Because T's must not have
So
been invented yet.
I feel like a child uh spelled that.
You said you feel like a cow?
A child.
Oh, I just say what?
I feel like a child spelled it and they was just like, yeah, we're gonna let him stick with it. That's the way he wanna.
That's the only way he gonna be quiet. Yes, that's how you spell it.
Oh mommy, I want the P in front of it. It starts with a P. So
All right, little Tim Tim, make it start with a P.
just keep little Timmy happy. That's how they spell it. And then he caught pneumonia. Because that also starts with
The P take it away.
yeah.
Lil
Nah,
Lil Timmy, spelled
that's
P-T-I-M-M-I.
why.
You said what happened?
That's why English language. I'm glad I do know it. Because coming from another country, it's definitely impressive to hear like other people learn the language, especially if they can speak it fluently. Like one of these days, I'm going to learn how to speak Mandarin fluently. I'm going to learn how to speak Spanish fluently. You know those two languages, you can talk to just about anybody in the US.
I forgot what I was about to say. Yeah. Yeah. They tell you that in school. Like it is always good to at least know a little bit of another language.
I mean, I know enough to like I can communicate importance, but like to have a actual conversation, Google Translate, pictures, all this stuff's gonna have to come in handy.
The
If
word
I'm in danger, I can definitely communicate that to somebody.
I mean, lucky for you, the word no and screams are universal. Everybody know if they hear screaming, no matter what language it is, it's probably something bad.
Yeah.
That'd be crazy if screaming somewhere meant something good and you really in danger. He's having the time of his life.
Ah, they just like ah,
Very good.
like
Help me, please. That guy's having a ball.
it's like hey, coming to America. Yes, yes, fuck you too. Yes, yes, fuck you too. He just cussed you out, bro. Like he was just, but hey man, definitely was good to get back in another episode. I'm go ahead and get out of here, man. You got a ism. Had a couple weeks to prepare for.
I do. Give me 30 seconds.
That mean you ain't prepared. Yes, yes, fuck
I
you
had one I
too.
wrote in I had one I wrote in my notes, but um I wanna eventually I wanna come out with my own poetry book for real. So
Okay.
that's why I just read from here. I'm trying not to find one that's too lovey dovey. But matter of fact, since we've been going for what, 2 weeks? I'm gonna do two. So first one is not being valued is not an excuse to stop being valuable. I don't know if I did that one already, but that's number one. And then sometimes seeking revenge will leave you hurt more than the person you intended to do damage to. So don't hold grudges. And those are the two isms of the day. Thanks to everybody who tuned in. I enjoyed seeing you again, my boy. Hope you enjoyed the wedding. And I'll dance at yours. I'm not gonna cry though. Shout out to Mary
Yes,
J.
yes,
Blige.
fuck you too. Now, on that note, man, we appreciate
You're a
it.
child. Cut the video off, man.
Like we always say, man, definitely like, share, subscribe. Tell somebody to tell somebody so they can tell somebody else, man. Appreciate it.
Snitch on everybody.
Yes, yes, fuck you too.